Hey guys, good morning and welcome to Legal Talk Tuesday. Laura and Brooke here. And today, we're talking about being business owners. Laura and I are business owners. We have multiple businesses. It's very rewarding, but it's definitely not easy. And planning for worst case scenario when it comes to your business is not really fun for anybody to even think about or talk about, let alone plan. So, but it's really important and it's a necessary part of being a business owner. So the only way to ensure that your business is properly taken care of is to intently plan for the future and all the different scenarios that could occur. So we are here today to talk to you about the importance of estate planning specifically for your business. And we have 7 tips for getting your business planning in order. Laura's your dog in there. My cat just went by too. It's like they know. It's like they hear our voices and they're just.
I moved the bench. Yeah, I moved the bench over to the back of me, and I just saw him and his tail walk by.
I
Sorry.
haven't seen my cat all morning. My cat's like, you're doing something important.
Yeah.
So let's get started. The first one, make the important decisions. So you cannot make a plan if you don't have any idea what it is that you want to do. So you need to ask yourself a few questions. There are a lot of questions you want to ask. Obviously, if you're working with an attorney, they're going to help you navigate that. But you need to think about who should inherit your business, what that looks like. Do you need to set up a trust? Are your kids going to inherit it? What does that look like? What regulations surround your business? How is the business going to transition? So there are several questions you're going to want to think about and have solid answers for what choices you'd like to make in the different scenarios. The second thing is getting organized. So I know we get busy, and so sometimes it's hard to stay organized, and it's really hard if you're trying to get organized after you've already been in business for a while. But you want to make sure that your records and all of your important things are organized and also that they're accessible. So, a physical or electronic filing system may help. For us with our clients, we like to have everyone in a portal in a practice management software. So we have access to all of their information right there together. So if there's some way for you to be able to do that, they're usually kind of low cost options in doing that, but it's really going to help you while you're alive too, but definitely if you're having to transition or if something happens. Also, you're going to want to let your people know where those things are. So it does no good if I'm sitting over here with all of the passwords to everything and Laura knows nothing, which is something we've had to be like, we got to go back and this is a personal thing. So we've had to go back and do that for ourselves in retrospect. But it's going to make any transition in your business much easier. And you'll want to have the following things specifically in order. So if you have a business plan, you're going to want to have that saved, stored somewhere accessible. Business formation documents from your filing. So when you're filing with the Secretary of State, things like your articles of incorporation, if you have any special tax treatment elections, internal documents, operating agreements, shareholder agreements, any policies, procedures, things like that. Also financial and tax documents. And lastly, any insurance policies. So that's going to be any general, key person, life insurance, anything that you have for your business or that is going to affect your business. Third, you want to make sure that your insurance is in order. So most of us are building this business not only for our living benefit, but also to take care of our families beyond our lifetimes. So how are you going to take care of your family after you're gone? Life insurance specifically is especially important if you are a business owner because it can help pay out to your family when they are, in the most need for it. If you don't have that, that could also be a huge burden on your business that you leave behind if they're having to, buy out your family in that circumstance. Disability insurance is another insurance that you should consider in case you are unable to work for any reason, especially if you are at the ownership level, because it's definitely going to affect your business and it's going to affect your livelihood. And aside from protecting your family's interests financially, you should also consider a key person policy and list your business as a beneficiary because this payout can really protect your business if a key person in your business happens to pass away or becomes disabled at any point or unable to continue on with their duties in the business.
So number 4 is, another question to ask yourself is, do you need a buy-sell agreement? If your business has more than one owner, like for example, Brooke and I are co-owners, This document, is something that you might really need. It allows the owners to mutually decide what happens in case one of them can no longer participate in the company. So that's an important document. It's an important thought to have. It's an important conversation to have, but it's also an important document to have so that there's no question about your intentions after one of you passes away or is disabled and cannot participate. The fifth question that you can ask yourself is, how does your tax situation impact you? You definitely want to talk to your CPA. Your CPA is going to be a big key to the tax situation, but your attorney can help us as well to determine the best way to protect your business and your family from lofty tax burdens. With proper planning, you can set your estate up so that inheritance and estate taxes are minimized. Number 6, set up your personal estate plan. First and foremost, you need a will. There are commercials on TV. I think a lot of us, at least in Central Arkansas, see there's another law firm in town that says on a regular basis, if you have $1 and a family member, $1 and a family member, you need a will. I'm totally misquoting that, but that's okay. You really need a will. People think that they don't if they don't have a lot of stuff, if they don't own a home, whatever it might be, but you really need a will. It's a simple document, and especially for business owners, it's going to help you solidify the decisions you've made for your estate, but also you can put language in there about your business as well. If you don't have a will, your estate is going to pass according to Arkansas laws. It's called intestate succession laws. And that means, it might not align with your wishes, because the way that the courts treat that, the way that the law treats that, it might be very different than what you actually want to have happen. Additionally, if you don't have a will, then your property could get stuck in probate process for years. It's already going to have to go through probate if you don't have a trust, but that might be a minimum of 3 months, 6 months. But if you don't have that will, it really honestly could be years, because you have to have the potential for creditors to be able to claim access to the property. It's just all sorts of messes. In addition to drafting your will, you also need a power of attorney, one for your finances, one for your health, and a living will directive. That's going to notify hospitals and long-term care facilities what you want to have happen if you're not able to express your own wishes about sustaining long-term life and if you're unconscious. A power of attorney will also give another person the ability to make financial and business decisions for you if you ever become incapacitated. That's a very important document to have when you're a business owner. The healthcare power of attorney allows you to appoint someone to make decisions about your health if you cannot. It's a little bit different than a living will, and you can always call us for a consultation and we can kind of talk about the differences there. Number 7 is create a succession plan. For some reason, that was a hard word for me to say. Even if you have an estate plan in place, there are some parts of that process that may take a while to implement, like we talked about with probate. So in the interim, you need a succession plan for your business. Yeah. These should include things like leadership roles in your business, how those roles will be handled in your absence. You also need to include important financial details about your business in that succession plan so that everybody's kind of aware of what's going on.
Exactly. And so as business owners, which we've said it a few times here, you really do wear many hats and your time is precious. So the task of planning your estate can be daunting. Sometimes business owners tend to kind of push that off because they don't want to think about it, or they don't, prioritize it, especially early on. But to help ease with some of that overwhelm when you're thinking about it and the anxiety, make sure that you keep those records updated. So when you do speak with someone and start doing your estate plan, that you have those things accessible and organized. You want to speak to all the parties that are going to be impacted by your choices. We tell our individual estate planning clients this all the time, not just in regard to businesses, but if you have somebody listed in your estate planning, whether it's a succession or whether it's your will, let them know they're there and what it is that you are asking them to do, or what part they're going to play in your estate planning process. Also, periodically review your estate plan to ensure that it continues to meet your needs and wishes. So this can be an evolving document. You don't want to just set it and forget it. You want to make sure that 5 years from now, if it looks way different and there are different players, you want to make sure everything is still aligned with your business goals, but also that every aspect of your business is touched on and considered for future planning purposes. So thank you for listening. Join us next time on Legal Talk Tuesday. We're here on Tuesdays at 11:30 Central, and I hope you guys have a great week.